On Thursday, a team of legal experts representing South Africa made their first oral submissions at the ICJ, charging Israel for genocidal intent, a historical move that ruffled the feathers of those who condone what Israel is doing, despite it being clear that they are on a mission to deliberately destroy the people of Palestine. Without wasting any more time, let us get into today's video.
Molini, and welcome to yet another episode of Conversations with Nkosi. Now, this is the news commentary section where we will be offering insightful commentary and exploring various perspectives on the stories that shape our world.
Both Israel and Palestine aspire to self determination and security, yet achieving a sustainable agreement has proven to be challenging. Now, against this backdrop, South Africa decided to take a bold step by bringing the issue before the International Court of Justice, which serves as the principal judicial organ of the United Nations. It is no secret that the governing African National Congress, which is the ANC, has a long history of solidarity with the people of Palestine. It sees parallels with its struggle against apartheid, which was a policy of racial segregation and discrimination enforced by the white minority government in South Africa against the country's black majority until the first democratic elections that were held in 1994. In the president's own words, our opposition to the ongoing slaughter of the people of Gaza has driven us as a country to approach the ICJ as a people who once tasted the bitter fruits of dispossession, discrimination, racism, and state-sponsored violence. We are clear that we will stand on the right side of history. Now, guys, yesterday, the South African legal team presented their oral submissions at the ICJ, charging Israel with genocidal intent. The allegation asserts that Israel is deliberately seeking to destroy or partially destroy the Palestinian National Group. And it is crucial to highlight that this accusation alone carries significant legal implications because genocide is widely recognized as one of the most heinous crimes under international law. Now, if you guys want more on this, just punch in South African legal team presents their oral submissions at the ICJ, and a number of articles will pop up, and also interviews between legal experts and from the different media houses that actually covered the story. I myself am not going to dive in on an article, any of the articles like I normally do. However, I would like to just read from this extract. Now, I'm also going to attach the link to this one article that I am reading from. Mothers, fathers, children, siblings, grandparents, aunts, cousins are often all killed together. This killing is nothing short of destruction of Palestinian life. It is inflicted deliberately. No one is spared, not even newborn babies, said South African lawyer Hasim. The World Court, which rules on disputes between nations, has never judged a country to be responsible for genocide. The closest it came was in 2007 when it ruled that Serbia violated the obligation to prevent genocide. The case against Israel revolves around the Genocide Convention that was drawn up in 1948 following World War II. Both Israel and South Africa were signatories, not Israel being among the signatories. Moving on, in the words of the Minister of Justice in South Africa, Mr. Ronald Lamola, the violence and the destruction in Palestine and Israel did not begin on October 7, 2023. The people of Palestine have experienced systematic oppression and violence for the last 76 years. Guys, he's not lying. So for Israel to come out and say that these are baseless accusations, kanjani? How? How so, when you committed all of these evils in front of us? So don't come here and tell us that we're coming out here throwing terms around, or these are just baseless accusations, when you've been at it for the longest of time now. And who are we actually to come and question them and call them out on the atrocities that are currently happening under them? And it's just weird. It is very weird. Y'all are acting like we don't understand. Uguti, when you accuse a state for genocide, that alone is a very weighty matter that demands strong legal foundations and extensive evidence. We wouldn't be out here calling you out for the wrongs that you're doing without evidence and without proof. Literally. I mean, the South African team argued that Israeli policy should be considered genocidal based on both objective and subjective elements. With the objective element, analyzing factual evidence to determine if acts of genocide have occurred, while the subjective element focuses on establishing the specific intent to destroy a national, ethnic, racial, or religious group. Now, this multifaceted approach ensures a comprehensive examination of the allegations. The Israeli response to these accusations will undoubtedly shape the trajectory of the case, seeing that Kwabona, they also have, their own rights to defend their actions before the court. Additionally, the ICJ, as an internationally recognized judicial institution, provides a platform for both parties to present their arguments and evidence fairly. As the case unfolds, it will be crucial for us to closely monitor the legal arguments and counter-arguments presented by Israel in response to the South African legal team's allegations. Now, let's get into the broader implications of this case within the framework of the ICJ. Now, the ICJ plays a vital role in adjudicating disputes between states and issuing authoritative legal opinions. Its decision can shape international law and influence the behavior of states. Now, this case is particularly significant as it brings the highly contentious Israeli-Palestinian conflict directly before an internationally recognized court. The outcome of this case will not only impact the parties concerned, but it will also set a precedent for future conflicts and disputes on a global scale. The decision-making processes within the ICJ is meticulous and comprehensive. Now, after the oral submissions, the court will review the evidence, the legal arguments, and any subsequent pleadings to reach a final judgment. It is crucial to emphasize that the ICJ's decisions are binding only on the parties involved in the case. Nonetheless, its opinions hold immense persuasive value and contribute to the development and interpretation of international law. In closing, the arrogance and ignorance displayed by those who are at the forefront of what Israel is doing is disgusting and very telling. They resorted to bombing Yemen yesterday as if to divert our attention from what is happening, only for them to expose themselves for who and what they truly are. Monsters. To those of you who are asking whether South Africa has enough fighting resources to defend ourselves should the West attack us, maybe not, but our decision to stand up and defend the people of Palestine is based on a view of us still defending our very own freedom. We know what it's like to be on the receiving end of an evil system. That marks the end of today's video. Thank you so much for lending your eyes and ears. I hope that you found today's video informative. Please do not forget to click on that subscription button or light the notification bell so that you do not miss out on any new uploads. Nkosi.